This looks very complicated.
Yes, that is exactly the words I would use, Adam Patrick Murray. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, Hayden Dingman, but I'm a little confused by why you're putting yourself through this torture that is called Anno,
I think,
is that what it is?
because it's like a year.
1800.
1800. This is that's
so
what this game is.
So there's been 1799 games before that?
No, so actually I don't know if you're aware, but the title always adds up to 9. So the last one was 2205. This one is 1800.
Okay, why not?
And it indicates the year. So we are in the like pseudo-industrial era, the 1800s.
Okay,
and
looks pretty. How far can you zoom in?
This is my city. We can zoom in all the way to the people and the pigs. Performance a lot better when we zoom in. Actually,
this is very detailed.
This
is very detailed.
Yeah, it's actually really nice looking.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a city builder. I don't know for the people watching at home if they have played Anno before, but we played 2205 a couple of years ago. That one was space themed. This one is more in their wheelhouse, which is like a historical city builder. Oh wow, you can watch the shadows move as we pan around.
Dang.
So yeah, this is a historical city builder. I'm about I don't know, 5.5 hours in apparently.
Did you build this town?
Yes, this is my town.
Like you put all this down?
There was nothing here when I started. And I have rebuilt it multiple times. For instance, I wanted this little boulevard here in the middle. You can move your buildings one at a time.
Oh, that looks easy.
I moved every single building along this street at one point so that I could add a lane into my road here.
Wow. Wow. Like this is...
Yeah,
I mean, I've played SimCity, but this seems a little different.
So yeah, the way that it works is basically the way that Anno has always worked is it's more about like resources. So everything down here takes. So we have production chains. So timber production chain. We need lumberjack huts and we need sawmills.
Yeah. Okay.
And as we move around, you can actually see the ones I've already placed. They're highlighted on the map by their symbol. And so we could put one out here, but we can't really get to it right now. We can put one here. So basically you add one, you draw a road to it, and now...
Do you have to draw water and power and sewage?
No, none of that. But this guy will now create wood every 15 seconds.
Okay.
And he takes a certain number of jobs, which we have up here. He uses farmers, so we have that's why he's in the farmer tab down here. So he took out a certain number of farmers, which live in the farmer houses. We also have workers who live in the worker houses, and we have artisans right now who live in the artisan houses.
That's a fancy
you can
guy.
change between these by upgrading the ones that you have. I don't know if I can upgrade any right now. I think I'm pretty much full. But yeah, you basically, when these fill up to 10 out of 10, you need to fill their needs. We are out of fish right now, so they're
Get
not
some more
happy.
fish, man.
Yeah, so we can go down here and you add a fishing dock. Now I have like 50 of these.
All of them connected.
Yeah, the fish docks are kind of my least favorite, but... yeah, you add a fishing dock. Hopefully now we have more fish coming in. You can sort of see the trends of all of the different resources that you have. So we have like a ton of sails, a ton of bricks. We are maxed out on iron right now. Maxed out on steel beams. We're getting there on cannons. And I pretty much, right before I quit last night, unlocked the artisan tier, which uses windows.
Like Microsoft Windows?
No, actual glass windows. But then I was poor, so I turned off all the window factories so that I could make some money because we were just getting wrecked. So all of these pause buttons floating over here, that's because we were out of cash.
Oh.
I was down to $500 at one point, which is not where you want to be in this game.
So this is all in real time. Can you speed up or slow down?
Yes, we can up here. So we could speed it up and make more money. But then it gets even more complicated, Adam.
Oh, good.
So there is a layer. So there are other cities on this map.
Oh.
This map is incredibly impressive.
That you don't have direct control over.
Yes, these are like other player or other NPCs.
Their city
running
looks
these
nicer
cities.
than yours.
I should mention we're in the campaign here,
Oh, okay.
and so you can have a sandbox mode, which is more open, but the campaign kind of walks you through each of these parts. So this guy Edvard is your uncle who like presumably murdered your dad and stole your city out from under you. This was supposed to be your inheritance.
Wow.
And so yeah, he has this enormous. He has a World's Fair going on. He's just
Dang.
he's a real jerk.
His thoroughfare has trees.
Yeah,
He
it's
doesn't even have
much
trees.
nice. You know what, Adam? So yeah, there's him.
You got to move it all over now.
There's the king or the queen's representative, which I think is over here somewhere. It's hard to keep them all straight because there are all these tiny islands, and this mini map is almost useless, as you can tell.
Also, the perform. I'm surprised on the performance on this. I mean, this is a
There
nice
it is.
machine.
This is the queen's representative.
Oh,
I mean, you got to imagine, right? Like, look at the sight
Right?
lines.
right? Yeah.
Look at the amount of detail on each of these buildings. Like we can scroll all the way in
in
here,
real time.
see the guards hanging out in front of this thing.
That's
There's a
crazy.
prison island somewhere, and part of the game actually involves you like swooping down from the heavens. Here it is, swooping down from the heavens and finding the prisoners in here, and then you can click on them and then bail them out of prison. Some of them
What?
are like named characters with like
Wow.
a specialization.
Wow.
And so yeah, you like come down and it'll be like, I'm an engineer, and you have to pay his bail, and then you can take him to your place. There are
Man.
all these islands, or some of the islands are empty and you can just settle on them. There's a diplomacy tab, which is like all the people you have met. We're apparently at war with somebody, which I didn't even know,
Whoops.
which seems like a problem. Maybe because we're friends with her, she might have dragged us into a war. I'm not sure. And so, yeah, we have this whole tab. We have a whole trade route system where we could make ships and trade with people.
Uh-huh.
I haven't even dug into that system yet because
Uh-huh.
I don't have any ships right now.
Oh.
But we are supposed to be making. We have a shipyard over here. We could build some frigates if we wanted to.
We
and
need
then
some money.
Send them around the world. And that's the other part that we haven't talked about,
The world.
which is that this is actually just one of our locations. So this is the old world, and then we have the new world where we have our tiny little banana colony.
But is this going at the same time?
Yes, this is at the same time. We can actually, so I just went to the world map to show you.
Yeah.
We can just go directly back to where we were on the other map, and it
and
like
that's loaded.
is
in-
almost instantaneous.
yeah. Wow. This is man.
so yeah,
how
it's
does this run
running
at your home? PC?
Fine, but
Yeah?
I am running a 1080 Ti. I am not sure how it will run on a normal person computer.
Yeah. Right.
It is.
Even this system's having a hard time.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's like pretty amazing, and like the amount of people walking around and all the systems going, like it is. Yeah, it's intense. I'm actually curious. The bigger thing, I guess, would be the CPU.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
I have like a 5820K at home, which is a 6-core.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what this main gear has, but I assume it's up there.
It's like I think it's 12 core.
Yeah, I would be very curious to know how this runs for people with like a quad core,
Ooh.
because I bet that's the limiting factor.
Whoa.
Because yeah, like we have this guy, he's gonna offer us a quest,
Por favor.
and yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. We have a newspaper that we can occasionally control. So like I've put propaganda into the newspaper a couple times. We also have an expedition going on, so we can go. These are like choose your own adventure things over here.
Wow.
So we
Really? Wow.
have a 17% chance of attacking these pirates and winning. We did not win.
Oh.
We tried to.
Dude, fire all the cannons. Come on, man.
Yeah, all right, yeah,
Just do
fire
it.
all the cannons. Yeah, we killed the pirates.
Yes,
So we got
yes.
22 pearls.
That feels good.
Oh no, what will we leave behind? I guess we'll leave
We're-
behind the timber.
At least you can't throw men overboard, I guess.
So yeah, then we give them extra rations, tell them to continue. They're like looking for like a zoo animal. They're like on a quest for lions. Is how this is going.
Hayden, I got a question.
Yeah.
Is this fun?
I like city builders, so yes.
Okay.
But like it's a qualified yes because it's I was telling you before we started, I left all the tutorials on in this game and it still like barely told me anything, and there's a lot of stuff that you just kind of stumble through, and if you've played another Anno game that helps, but even so it's a lot, and I would say the weakest part of this game is it's very bad about surfacing info to you. So for instance, like we can't upgrade any of these buildings right now.
You can't tell until you mouse something over.
Yeah, so like we can't tell like what, and like why can't I upgrade these, and like we click on them and it's like, okay, this building has 16 people in it, like they all have 16 people, why are none of them full? And then it's like, well, okay, we're like a little low on, it's bread, we're out of bread. And so then you have to like, okay, we're going to the workers tab and you find the bread thing, and then you're like, okay, why are the bread factories not making enough bread? And you're like, well, these are these are knitters. Wow, that's an awkward word to say on stream. So yeah, you just kind of like
some more bread, man.
You go, okay, does the flour mill have enough grain? And you're like, we don't have a ton of grain in storage, but like it seems to have enough grain. And you're like, but we have a ton of flour, so that's not the problem. So it must be the bakeries don't have enough output.
The bakeries.
So then you look and you're like, oh yeah, we have 0 bread, but we have tons of flour. So we need more bakeries. And so then you go in and you're like, all right, we'll put another bakery in. And then hopefully that solves our bread issue.
Hopefully.
And then, so I haven't mentioned the fact that like each of these buildings, you are bringing the supplies on horses or on carriages from warehouses. So they have to be near a warehouse. And then eventually, like, if you have too many things using the warehouses, it'll just be full and you have to upgrade the warehouse. So over here, somewhere. Yeah, here. We have an upgraded medium warehouse.
Dang, that's fancy.
And then to upgrade again, we need glass windows, which I don't have any of right now. So, yeah, it is a lot, I'm going to say.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a fun time if you really like optimizing that sort of stuff, and then also like I think the city building part is cool. It has the problem that all the city builders have, where you start out and you are making like a city this big, so you kind of just throw everything where it needs to be.
Yeah, right.
And then you're like, eventually, like this is ugly. Why do I have all my grain farms right in the middle of my town? So you have to like move them to the outskirts. And then the outskirts get weirder and weirder over time. There's also a whole like, there's a pollution aspect.
Ooh.
So like that brings down the attractiveness of your city, which then makes people not happy over time. So you can see we have all this pollution coming out over here. Look at that nasty smog.
Dang.
So yeah, eventually we're going to end up probably, I guess, expanding into these other parts. Ooh, it's chugging now. These other parts of the island. Building bridges over here. Like we got a lot of room to expand.
Okay.
But man, there's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not even a good way to demo it because it's so complicated. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
like I could just like start putting down buildings, but like that's about all we can do. It works like a city builder. You just drag and drop a bunch of stuff, and then put down roads. But yeah, there's just so much going on here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is wild.
I'm having fun with it. I think it's really impressive, but yeah, as I said, information could probably be surfaced better. The only way to like figure out what resources you're short on really is just to go in here and be like, I have 0 wool. And then being like, but why do I have 0 wool? And you'll just never know. You just have to like make a guess. Oh, we got a newspaper. No effect on anything, so we're probably fine. Sometimes it's bad things, which is when you really want to throw the propaganda in there.
Okay.
But yeah, we have propaganda.
Hypnosis?
We could put martial law into
Whoa,
effect.
whoa.
I think as I've moved through the eras here, I've gotten more and more options.
Wow.
So because we're now a city, we used to be a town, I think,
Dang.
at the beginning. But yeah, that's Anno 1800. As I said, it's there's not a great way to demo it, so you're just gonna have to. I think if you look at Anno 1800, you probably know whether that's the kind of game you want to play.
Oh yeah.
It is, as I said, a lot of optimizing routes of things, like just resource management. And yeah, we have all this stuff that I haven't even been able to build yet because I can't turn the window factories on. So one of these days,
Dude, get on those window factories.
yeah, one of these days I'll be able to turn the window factories on, build a zoo.
I have to build windows.
Build a rum production chain. We could build some parks if we wanted to. That's always fun. I think I have it's a quaint little park around my theater. Look at this. I built this. This is mine.
Oh.
I put these benches here.
Wow.
So
That's pretty nice.
yeah, thanks Adam for putting up with Anno here.
Yeah, it was like I took a little nap. I guess I got to wake up and go.
Yeah,
do some work.
we can finish off with this. We'll put the banana factory right front and center.
Oh, the banana factory. Yep.
My favorite.
Is that a
type of-
hammock right there? Oh no, I was just wondering.
I don't think anybody here just gets to hang out in the hammock.
Okay.
But we got this. We also have the sugar cane over here. It's just a
yummy.
really amazing
I
looking
mean, this
game.
is detailed. Yeah.
A really amazing. Like that's what you want out of a city builder, right? You want something that looks that impressive.
Yeah.
But
High five to the people who made it.
yeah, very impressive, very complicated, and that's about all we can say.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys have a lot of long nights playing Anno, because I know that's what I'm going home to do tonight. So.
Not me.
Bye, Adam.
Bye.